the construction geometry in Maestro. Maestro is somewhat limited in terms of reference geometry that can be brought in. It doesn't support having surfaces and things. Like you can't bring in an IGES surface into Maestro. You can import some like polyline 3D DXF geometry. You can import GHS data, which may have section information on there, but it's not the surface geometry that you would get in a more advanced CAD package. If you need to make adjustments to the model in Maestro, the construction geometry can be very useful. And we'll go over what some of those things are. So you can create markers that can be used to snap to for placing nodes or editing existing nodes on the model. And your options for markers are to bisect, which I believe if you select a line here, it will bisect that line segment and place a marker at the midpoint by default. A more useful one is cross. So let me delete all geometry. And let's say we wanted to find the point out in this corner where this line on the transom might intersect with this line on the side shell. If I say marker cross and I select this line and this line, it finds a point where these two meet. Now those two lines may not actually cross in 3D space. They may just pass by each other. And if that's the case, the point will be placed on the first line that was selected, and it'll be located at the closest point of approach from the other line. Mix, I think, is similar to bisect, where you can set a percentage along the segment. Yeah, enter an optional fraction. That's the one I was thinking of, or select or enter the first point. So if you do an optional fraction and I say 0.25, what it's supposed to do is it selects, say, these 2 points, and I want to place a marker 25% of the length between those 2 points. That's what the mix would do. Point just places a point and I believe projects a point onto a line that you select. Whether that does it by view or closest point, I'm not sure. Closest point is very similar to cross. Actually, cross uses 2 lines, so it might be project, you select a line and then a point, and it projects it onto the line. To create lines, you've got options for 2 points, longitudinal, transverse, and vertical, or parallel to an existing line. With 2 points, you're simply grabbing 2 points. Sometimes you may need to turn on the nodes to be able to select them a little more accurately. But let's say I want to grab one from this node to that node, and you can see the construction geometry going across. And then I can create another line, and I'm going to make it longitudinal from this point. Now those 2 lines cross the middle of the model, so I can set a marker at the crossing of these 2 lines, and now I have a reference marker there that I can use at a point. If you need to do a lot of these, there is a feature in here called repeat, which allows you to quickly run these commands repeatedly. So I'm going to delete all of these and afterwards. You do repeat afterwards. I'm sorry, I had it in the wrong order. You select the command, you say repeat, and then you can keep going. And now let's use the parallel command, and I'll put a line, let's see, it was still doing the repeat. Line parallel to this one, about that height. And now we could do the crossing, repeat, and I can just keep clicking between the lines and quickly get all of these intersection points along the length. So anyway, that's how you can use construction geometry to create some quick references if you need to do some editing within Maestro.